The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
Hear the words you say sometimes? I mean, who talks like that?
98 KUPD.
Thank you, Silence the Voice. Just 9 more of those for the Silence the Voice guys, and then they're out. No longer the band to open the show after 9 days. Then Weapon of Pride does it. And Brett said that they were playing up in Prescott, had a big show up in Prescott, the kids did. They best be writing that theme song, getting that thing all polished up. Spending all that time up.
Got a month, right?
Prescott.
A little less.
Let me tell you this, bands. Nobody's ever been discovered in Prescott. Stop making the trip. You're wasting your time.
That's where all the A&R guys go. Prescott.
You know what you might as well be saying instead of we've got a gig in Prescott? We're failing. That's a replacement sentence for we got to show them. Now, I know there's some money up there, but it's not cheap to go up to Prescott for the night.
Yeah, now with gas prices nowadays, too.
Yeah, exactly. You're spending $5 a gallon to drive up to Prescott to do songs at some club there for a couple $100 each. You better be getting some serious jing up there and a room. Somebody covered that. Nobody's going to cover that. Weapon of Pride, let me just tell you, your gig in Prescott feels like you're road tripping. You're not. Drive out to Glendale or
that
something.
Kid's 16. Let him experience
he'll experience when they make it. What you're doing is you're lowering your bar so much that life on the road is. We played gigs in Prescott and Jerome, and that's for bands in their 50s. That's what 50-year-old guys do. The 50-year-olds who know it's over that still want to feel like they're on the road. That's
also,
it.
they have a 16-year-old, John. Maybe Prescott is the only place they can play.
Whiskey Row? Really?
They pay, man.
Yeah, I know they pay. A couple $100. Knock it off. If you're a real band, you'll focus in on your skills and you'll try to get out on a real road trip. Prescott doesn't count. And I'm saying this because I need this opening song to be good. I don't want you dicking around with your weekends up in Prescott.
Throwing down on Gurley Street?
If I told you they had a big show in Globe, you'd be like, you're wasting their time. Or Preston. Why is Prescott? Oh, Prescott's great. How come? Look, Prescott's got bands. Let them have their thing.
We got 2 sold-out shows in Wiki up.
We're huge in Prescott. So what? Stop it. Focus on our stuff. Vader says, first off, let me say thank you for Friday. My friend and I had a great time. Colin Kane was by far my favorite, especially every time he goes, shh, to the audience. He shushes the audience, which is hilarious. Shh, shh, shh. And he said, and my friend, she really liked Ali Sadiq. His story about jogging with his friends was great. Just wish they hadn't run out of Holmberg Bound after Colin said, you people can drink. We've had the last 3 shows, the Holmberg Bound beer for 4
last.
The first year, it went out before the first, before we announced anybody. Before anybody took the stage, we were out of beer. So we're like, wow, they're really barging through we got 4 kegs last time. Burned it. And I think they had 4 again this time. Burned it. And it was, 25 minutes after the very first, hey, welcome to the shows. 25 minutes later, out of Holmberg Mound. The beer goes fast. So, and that's great. That's good news. But we need to do 5 or 6 kegs because I think we get out of there. You guys are hitting, you think about that.
That might have been the last Mark
people?
Randall intermission.
Well, and we always have an intermission to go drink beer, and there's no beer.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, think about that. It's like I don't know how many glasses are in a keg.
Find out.
But
Medea was awake.
She'd know.
Yeah.
But if there's 1,000 people there drinking, because not everybody's drinking beer, and you figure 1,000 people knocking down 4 kegs of beer. I've been to house parties and stuff where it takes hours to get rid of 1 keg, and it's about 200 people at the party. It's a lot to tap the keg. It's a lot to undo it. You got to do some work. I'm pretty sure they had 4 kegs. That's a lot. So great job on that one. Very impressed.
Well, if you didn't get your fix, I'll be at Hooters this week.
Yeah, but well, it's out there. We can get more. You got it at Hooters. It's out at Fort
Wednesday.
Peak. There's still plenty left, but it's not at that show. It went quick.
16-gallon keg.
I don't know what that
Apparently pours
No, don't do the math now.
165 12-ounce glasses.
165. So you get 4 of those. You get that's almost
20, so 640,
like
750
glasses of beer for 1,000 people. And that's it for 1,000.
That seems light.
I don't know. Yeah, it does seem light.
They were pouring the whiskey, too.
Maybe they had more. I was watching a lot of people walking around with clear drinks, too. They weren't messing around. We blew through it. And to get rid of it that fast is impressive because that wasn't the only drink of the night. Very impressed. And our sales staff evidently has some sort of an issue with substance because I'm not sure what they were drinking, but it wasn't normal. I'm watching Jen walk around like a hooker, and then, I don't know, Jolene was floating, and we had a couple other. Kristen was floating. We had some people just airborne, moving around.
Jen's working. She's for sure next year wants to do the stand up, try to get the 5 minutes.
She wants on.
Yeah.
Jen's funny, but man, oh man, she's standing in the back, and I just look over, and our sales lady Jen's like caked, and I'm like, "You all right?" She goes, "Yeah." And the next thing I see her walking around Celebrity Theater by herself on the outskirts, outside the fence.
Looking for her Uber.
Looking for an
She
Uber.
comes up to me showing her Uber app. And I'm like, he's right there. He is right outside the gate.
She did lonely blonde girl walk around the park. I'm like, yeah, she's going to be pregnant. There's no question. If we ever see Gabby Petito again, because she looks enough like her, that's the end of it. Like she's going to be
Especially in that hood.
She's going to be in a Wyoming
Especially in that
park. Hood. There's no question. Yeah, in that hood, forget it. I'm surprised she didn't leave with a pit bull and a tattoo. But it was fun. Right. And then this is a great point. A great point. Justin Grew says, is there anything more miserable in society than a humorless person? He used the T word for women. Said, isn't being, quote, the only person offended narcissism?
In a way, yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
When you go on a forum that is everyone saying how wonderful the night was, and you throw I didn't like it, that is complete ego narcissism, and like everybody pay attention to me now. And somebody else made the point of saying there are more people out there screaming about, and Lovitz kind of said this to me over the weekend. He said, the people that complain are usually the ones that don't like when something's going really well and it's not for them. He goes, that's what he's found with the new generation of people. If it's not their page that's getting all the attention, that page sucks. Yep. Like they like it until it's like, I'm not getting any of this attention. None of it. And that's all I'm used to now is posting pictures and having to. Now I'm looking at other people getting all this praise, and they're kind of, they're sort of praise hoarders. When it goes out to people not them, they start hating the night. It's weird.
Competitive.
I think that's true. But competitive for what? You're not in the competition. It's like being mad at a Buccaneers-Falcons
the craving.
game.
That's
They're
narcissistic
getting the
part of
attention.
it.
You bought a ticket to someone else's show.
Yeah.
And then when it started going too well, you started getting upset that the attention wasn't for you. I think there's a slight hint of truth to that. Is that everybody's so used to being the center that when it's so obviously clear live and in person that the center of attention isn't you and it won't be that night, and other people are talking about how great the other people were, it upsets certain, like, fragile egos, which is why you would ever take the time in your life to go on the Facebook page of the radio station that put on the event to tell 150 people who had just commented immediately after that you were the one that didn't like it. That's all ego. That's a great point. Nice thinking, Justin. Yeah. Lovitz and I were talking about that a little bit. He said he's found that he always asks, how old is the crowd? What's the average age of the crowd? And I told him before, I'm like, I don't know, like probably 35 to 50 would be the hard. You're going to get either end of that, but 35 to 50 is probably the majority of them. He's all right. And he goes, I don't like crowds that are, I won't do like college stuff. It's like they get too upset. Like, no kidding. He goes, oh, yeah, they're looking for reasons to be bothered. They go to these shows to have fun, and then they hear a word, and they're like, we've been told or raised to tattle when we hear a word we don't like and disassociate.
Yep.
And not just disassociate, scream out they're disassociating. Not just break ties. yell to the world that they're breaking tie, and here's why. And then the person who did what they didn't like becomes the focus. Yeah, it was just strange. But yeah, be the person. And then there's other people like Jeremy. Old Jer. So I'm having a great time. Right? Friday night, I am having a great time.
Are you sure?
People are so nice. I've got folks wandering up saying, "Hey, this is what a great night. You were great. The comedians were everybody. Brady's story was great. Everybody was great. Great job." That's all I'm hearing. I'm like, this is nice. Everybody's having a nice time. Sitting in the little dressing room at Celebrity Theater by myself. John Lovitz is on stage, and my legs hurt. I'm standing up the whole time. I'm running around all day, so I'm just sitting in my chair. And Jeremy comes up and he goes, "Hey." I'm like, "What's up, Jer?" "Man, you really do struggle up there, don't you?" I'm like, "What?"
Oh.
"You really have a hard time being on stage, huh?" I'm like, "No, I couldn't be more comfortable on stage. Right now, I hate it. Like, now I'm uncomfortable. This is what I look like uncomfortable. You and I having a one-on-one. This is what my discomfort."
Go away.
"You look all nervous and scared." Like, I do? You're the only person that said that. In fact, Ali Sadiq said, "You look real natural up there. Do you do this a lot?" "Well, I said, you look down and you're just walking around." Like, have you seen stand-up comedy in your life? What was I supposed to stand directly like a nutcracker?
Direct connections.
I was supposed to be like a guard at Buckingham Palace. What's wrong with you? You just look really scared." Thanks, Jeremy, for coming in here. Now take your wet blanket and get the I wish you still worked at Kim Commando's place. But this is why you got fired. This is why you got fired. This is why you got fired. Stuff like this.
Yeah.
And then while he's telling me this, I forget who it was, pops her head in and goes, "Amazing. Just amazing. Excellent job." Leaves. "Thank you. See, Jeremy?" "Oh, I'm just saying, I know you." I'm like, you don't know me, or you would be. It's the opposite. To tell you this, the only time I'm comfortable is alone in a big round thing no one else is allowed to be on. That's my dreamland. Like being in the crowd, awful for me. Being up there alone, that's heaven to me. I don't get stage fright. I want to be out there. That gets me away from other people. There's a barrier. I don't have to stand and talk to people. I can just stand and talk, and they won't talk back. And if they do, I can tell them to shut up, and everyone laughs. It's great. Ugh. There's always that person, though, that thinks that they read the room right, and they didn't. But I'm going to have Kim Commando come down here and fire Jeremy again. That'd be great if we could get Kim Commando to come down here and fire Jeremy from this job. And that was I think old Jared was having a tough night because all the other people, they're like, "Didn't you leave?" Like everybody kept telling him that. Like every time I was around, people were like, "Why are you here? Didn't you quit?" "Yeah, I took a little sabbatical." You got a job for 10 days.
Yeah, it's not a sabbatical.
Yeah. And it's nice to have Jared back, but don't do that. Would Brady do when you were talking to Colin Kane? Did you go up and go, "Tough night"?
All right, we sat down. I went over some. Hey, look, you're working more this side more than the other.
Yeah, I really noticed that.
And the shushing.
The angle that you're taking, real uncomfortable for I guess everybody. You look really scared up there, and you'd be like, "Huh? Get out of here."
Is it colder in this room than I'm imagining?
What do you mean?
Brady's
got a puffy coat on. It's like George Costanza from Seinfeld when he got that big coat, knocked over all the liquor.
Making me feel like it's cold.
That's all right. You look good. You going to take it off anytime soon? You have
I
somewhere
am
to go?
pretty soon.
Okay, good. Because it makes us
I wore
feel
it
like
this morning, and then,
you got someplace to be. I know you wore it this morning. That's why it's on. That makes sense.
I'm wondering if Vela got laid that night, too.
Oh, my God.
Because he was out, he was pulling the broads backstage.
And he's in one.
Yeah.
Hey, Vela, I ain't helping you get laid. You're in your 40s, man. Dude, if I introduce you to this chick, she'll totally bone me. Get away from me with that. If you can't close, I'm not going to help. That's cruel. What if you give her an STD? Now suddenly I'm culpable, and it's very possible he's from Payson.
Could have been a super spreader, actually, with Vela throwing the bone around. It is Payson AIDS, You're going to pass it around.
Payson AIDS is real, and he's got it. That hasn't been like a thing the CDC recognizes yet, but pokes his head and he goes, "This hot blonde, we need you to go to the bathroom." I drug her backstage, and I'm sitting here thinking, how did you get backstage? You're not allowed back here. It's like, if you could just... And then this girl comes in, and I'm like, I know you. You're Alexis. You're the one who won tickets.
Oh, you knew her?
Yeah. She won tickets to the Suns game for the finals.
Whoa, wait a minute. Didn't she have a boyfriend?
Yeah, got a husband now. Married. They were at Four Peaks the other day. All she was trying to do... Alexa Cosgrove is her name.
Yeah.
And she's been around forever. I know for a long time. So she comes popping. She goes, "Hi, John." And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "I was just trying to go to the bathroom, and he told me they're down here." So she's a hostage now. It's a lie. And like she's in a situation she's not familiar. I'm like, "Well, I don't have a bathroom in here. I'll get you another one." And then Vela goes, "Yeah, it's Holmberg. I'm the other John at the KUPD. He talks about me on there." I'm like, "Shut up, Vela." Like I know her. And I don't know, like how's the husband? Is he good? Because he was in the suites with us, and I just spent time at the Four Peaks chatting with the both of them. They're
I had no
wonderful
idea.
people.
I thought it was just some single chick he pulled out of the crowd.
No, he was kidnapping women who were trying to pee and telling them that this was the staircase they needed to go down. He's James Gum. Well, staircase over here's got a bathroom. Okay,
that looks like a well.
And then he gets behind him, and he forces him down into our spot, and she's like, "I don't know where to go." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm the other guy on the show. It's part of the radio station. He talks about me all the time." But stop it. It's not working.
I know he was running around with a T-shirt and a Sharpie having us all sign it. "This is going to help me get laid." And I'm like, "All right, fine, man, whatever."
Hey, look, if you ended up with him, he's fun, but you've got Pacin-Aids.
Yeah,
it's
you're done.
incurable.
You think Omicron's bad?
Yeah, oh, man. Pacin-Aids comes with one eye stops working. You get a wonky eye. And you're hungry for the Beeline Cafe's breakfast all the time. That's it. You immediately put on 33 pounds. And just above your butt, it's weird. It's back fat. Pacin back fat's real. Your fillings fall out, and then just immediately. Pacin-Aids. Yeah, Vela. And I'm sitting there just minding my own business. "Dude, you'd be killing it for me if you could help me out." It's blonde chick. I'm like, I don't know. And then she comes in. I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm going to have to help you."
Well, Love wasn't much better. He was back there trying to do the same thing, too.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He does the opposite with, like, buddies of his.
Yeah, he does it with dudes.
Yeah, with dudes. That's what I'm saying.
He's not trying to get laid.
No.
He's trying to secure friendships for 2022.
Clout.
Like, this is he's re-upping the contract of friendship for 2022. "Hey, I got a couple buddies who are on the fence. Would you mind introducing them to John for me?" I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you?
To me, it's basically like, "Can you confirm that I work at KUPD?"
Right. You don't. He hasn't worked here for like 2 years. Since COVID, he hasn't been here.
He's back on the weekends.
Oh, is he?
Saturday.
Oh, for God's sake.
You didn't notice?
Yeah.
That doesn't count as working here.
Look at his Facebook page. There's 10 posts a
Is
year
there? Oh, I don't know about that.
about when he's working here.
I like Brandon a lot, but I'm looking at him. This is my friend. He just moved here from New Jersey. And the guy's like, "How you doing? Been listening since Monday." I'm like, "All right, thank you for the
Guys,
longevity."
all right.
Hey, you seem all right. Oh, geez, I was wondering what you thought of me.
You're going down in barbecue, Brady.
This guy right here. "Brody, you are hilarious, and I hope your restaurant succeeds. I've heard a lot of good things." Like, who is this guy? He just moved. I'm from Jersey, you see. I like your show. You and Brant. Holmgren, you were all very, very talented. Of course, I listen back in Jersey. Okay. Next one, Brandon. Who else do we have to shake hands with to make it so you get the new contracts of friendship here? Brandon loves 3 buddies that are standing backstage. "Here's another friend of mine from high school. He's on the fence about being friends next year. This might push him over the top. If you could just help out with the annuals."
At least he didn't bring his wife like that one year at the Christmas
my
party.
God.
Well, she's not around anymore.
Yeah, I know. Well, good reason.
Oh, I didn't know.
She didn't re-up.
Yeah, she didn't re-up.
Yeah. Meeting us did not do the trick.
Sometimes contracts run out.
Yeah, Brandon's introduction, now that I think about it, every time Brandon has introduced me to someone, it is to try to save himself. So I'm guessing those are the last times we'll see Brandon's friends, too. And then our front
Grew up in Bon Jovi's neighborhood.
Yeah. I'm friends with Bon Jovi. Our front desk girl, Veronica, she won't stop harassing me the entire night about meeting John Lovitz. I'm on stage. I hear poof, poof in my pocket. "You're doing good, Johnny. Don't forget about me." Uh-huh. We drag her down there, and then she gets scared and doesn't want to be in a picture with him. "I loved you in The Wedding Singer." Ugh. Just hug him and get in the photo. It's weird. People act so strange at those things, but our own employees are the worst ones.
Yeah.
Running around there like they're going to get some. And Vela getting ass off of some lady who's just trying to pee. That's just ridiculous.
Can I help you, my lady?
Less? I mean, come on.
He's standing by the ladies' restroom, pushing them down the wrong staircase. "Go down there. There's a bathroom down there." "Oh, there is?" "Uh-huh. I'll show you." There's a dude, and then he just kept telling me he's going to get me a hat, and I liked his hat. I'm like, "I like your hat. It's very Seinfeld-y. I like that hat. You want one?" Yeah, okay. "I'll make you one." "Okay." "It's my company." "All right." All I said was nice hat. I regret it. I regret it immediately. But I'm going to get a cool hat out of it. And then every once in a while, like in something else, I'd get a tap on my shoulder. You want that fitted? What are you talking about? The hat. I'm like, are we still talking about the hat? It was 20 minutes ago. Get that fitted hat. If you start wearing the hat with my company's name on it, that Alexa is going to leave a husband and start boning me in Payson.
So I was just going to say, you know how much ass he's going to score for you wearing his hat?
Alexa has just emailed and said, those two are named Johnny and Brandon, and they're predators.
One for dudes.
I left the backstage area, and Brandon Love saw me and would not shut up. All I had to do was pee, you guys.
Hey, welcome to Brandon's world.
Happy to say I did get a hug from Brady, though. Great show Friday, as always. Those guys are predators. Repeat, predators. It's the fact. Yeah, you end up. That's it. Kelly Turley nails it. You got that Payson wonky eye, otherwise known as La Hacienda rapist eye. It's Nathan Sutherland eye. Nathan Sutherland has Payson eyes. That one eye, you're not sure if it's in this anymore, but there's something going on. Like a little bead is running around in there. You get Sutherland eyes if you end up with Vela. And if
that's the least of your worries.
If I'm the closer on you getting laid, this chick is worthless. This chick has no boundaries. If you can't score until she meets me, enjoy whatever super AIDS she carries around in her beehole. That thing is going to look, when she takes her pants off, it's going to look like Moses parting the Red Sea. It's just going to be a flood of yuck.
This is why I left the show.
Yeah, it's going to
talk like this.
It's going to smell like seaweed and like dead fish.
That's why she. It does. I hate you
guys.
That's
how I know that lady was. What she was upset about was somebody hit a nerve.
Yeah,
probably me because I talked about vaginal mesh for a long time. More than likely, she's had 2 fallouts, and my only point was you're allowed 1. If you get it fixed and it tumbles. Brett, you're a car guy. Yes. If I'm driving along and my engine drops out of my car, I'm like, Jesus, that's crazy. And then I put it back and have it repaired, and like a month later, it's out again. You sell the car.
Yeah, you're done with it.
You're done with that car. Same with your vagina.
You're not getting hit and your airbag deploys.
No. Same as your vagina. It falls out once. You're like, whoops. Well, that's a manufacturer error. We can get that all buttoned up. And then they lynch it back, and then it falls out again. That's the end of that ride. You got to trade that one in.
So you hit the bullseye on that one, but she didn't hear you talk about your own sack falling out.
Oh, yeah. Look, there was plenty of things I talked about that were detrimental to my life.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
she
but she's just mad because she's got a hanger down there. She's got, the Muppet Show curtains hanging between her thighs.
Vader just wrote, watching Vela and Love that night was like watching Night at the Roxbury live.
Only those dudes are smoother.
They just don't bob their heads. That's the only difference.
It's true.
The only difference.
Those guys are better looking, and they're smoother. They have the Night at the Roxbury got a chance of getting laid than John Vela and Brandon Love. Using weekend air shifts at KUPD to be their in. I know Holmberg if you're interested. Well, I don't care. I got AIDS. All right, follow me. I can meet John Holmberg and show him my AIDS bottom. Meeting me should not be the thing of, man, hadn't you not introduced me to Holmberg, you'd have never gotten this sweet piece of poontang. It smells like a Village Inn after a fire. It's like old cherries and like silk. Yeah.
Old cherries.
Yeah, just feel like old. You never open a can of old cherries.
Yeah, you're making me picture it.
Are these still? Oh God, these cherries! What happens to cherries when they go bad? Anyway, enough. Such a good time, and then always these wet blankets. And when you're tired, there's nothing worse. You don't realize how draining it is to go through a day like that and then have people drunk. And then the last thing you want to do is babysit, and their drunks come rolling in, start telling you about their night.
How many years have we been doing this?
A long time. A long time. And then the better part is because Mark Randall's not going to be there. And nobody has any faith that can be done by anyone else. This is the last. Every year it's going to be worse and worse after that. Like, it will be fine.
You know what's worse is the clients are starting to hear it from our sales staff.
I know. Well, Mark's leaving it, so.
Kevin from Prestige is going, we're done then?
Right, yeah. There's probably nobody that's ever going to be able to do this.
Yeah, padlock the doors. We're done. Yeah. We're just going to shut down shop.
Well, Larry's not helping. He's the one that's going to be doing most of it. I heard Larry telling people this is probably the most buttoned up this will ever be. Look, Larry, you're going to be the one doing this next year. It's just never going to be the same. Mark.
You know, he needs to hire Tony, his daughter, to do it, because I have a feeling she'd button it all up.
I have a feeling she's very pragmatic. Yes. Having lived with Larry Slunk's dad, it's okay. Stop crying. Stop crying. I got it. I'll get all the details. But yeah, it was fun. We had a great time. Larry was super too. Everybody's good. But Larry have early, right? Because he brings his daughter.
Yeah.
That's a good excuse to get out early. But also,
Guess it's the only reason to have a kid, huh?
It really is. Excuses. It's the only real reason to have a child is to build in excuses. Because I didn't have Larry say, "Hey, Tony, hold on a second. Go get that lady over there who's trying to pee by the ladies' room and bring her down here. And introduce her to Lovitz and see if I can find you a new mom real quick." Vela. And you're backstage already. What do you need help with? Where the bathrooms are. And when Alexa came around the corner, I'm like, hold on a second.
See, I'd never met her, so I thought it was just some single broad she pulled out of the crowd. I know the name now, but I didn't,
Alexa's she's like a writer for the show, basically. She emails me and is very funny.
Predators is right.
They're predators. Look, let me tell you this. If you meet anyone at one of our shows and they're in a KUPD shirt and you don't recognize them immediately, they're predators. If it's not me or Brady or Brad or Toledo or Fitz, Larry, every other one of them is a predator. There isn't Randall, but he's not going to be there much. Even Randall probably a little bit. He's so focused on the clock. Yeah. Randall, I don't know how many times Randall.
5 minutes.
We got two minutes left.
We're way behind.
That's not up to you.
Way behind.
Well, that's not up to you. The comedian's on right now.
No, we're way behind.
Now you go out and get him. 2 minutes, John. Like, He's in the middle of a setup. Like, we got 5 minutes left on this joke.
He walks away. What's the immediate thing you say to me? And I think Brett was there. He goes, "Well, it just got longer."
Yeah. And when Mark leaves, I'm like,
guess who's going long?
Guess I'm going to do another 10 minutes. I was supposed to only go out there and do one, but we're so late. Got to respect the other guy's time, but still. Anyway, yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. It just sounds crazy. And when you walk away from it, it's easier for the comedians, I think. They just show up, hang out, and leave.
Yeah.
We're like schmoozing. Ugh. It's crazy. It's insanity. It really, truly is kind of insane, running around all day like that. But it was fun. And everybody seemed to enjoy themselves. And credit to Jonathan Gerber, our winner from Friday's comedy thing. Man, the guy's fearless. He's fearless.
There was a couple I was even like, oh.
Those closers, Brett and I were like, whoa.
I was laughing, but man.
Well, I think in unison the crowd went, "Oh my God!" They all turned into Chandler Bing. Like a couple of his jokes were just so, "Oh my, no!" and not out loud.
That was Brett and I backstage. Whoa!
Yeah, I said it when I went about. I think that guy's trying to get canceled before he gets any notoriety at all. Just get it out of the way now. Some of them were brutal.
I see Allie and his buddy looking up the ramp as he's going to a couple of the jokes at the end.
Sadiq, they're just staring.
I'm like, oh, no.
He comes up to me beforehand and he goes, John said that I could go extra. I'm like, do whatever you want. Do whatever you feel comfortable with. I don't know if I can do that.
He was worried about the time for the next guy.
And I'm like, once you get into it, just if you feel it, go. If you don't, get off stage.
He's completely respectful of going long and eating up the last minute. It was, that's the only beef anybody's got.
And then Colin pulled him into his dressing room and was talking to him for 10,
Gerber?
minutes.
Yeah. Picking his brain for evil. What a night.
Jonathan definitely is.
He's evil. Whew. Something's not right with him. He told me before, he's like, "I'm so nervous." I'm like, "You'll be all right." He goes, "Yeah, I've never played in front of this many people before, so I'm really nervous." I'm like, "I just hope I don't screw it up." I'm like, "Just, be you." Man, handed him that mic. "What's the deal with Indians?" I'm like, here we go. Here we go. He's comfortable. Like the first step on stage, he was just fine.
Yeah, his first joke was a 9/11 joke.
Yeah, the guy came out and kicked you in the nuts and then started to play with your nuts. It was fun, though. It was a good night. It's just always time. So thanks to everybody who came except that one humorless T. And if you didn't enjoy it, sorry. Move on.
Try again next year.
Move on with your or don't go anymore. Just turn it off. Listen to something else. No one cares.
John, if your vagina falls out twice, your body's trying to tell you something. Yeah. It's time to transition.
You have now. Your wizard sleeve is now a pee-pee.
Trying to be a pee-pee.
It's trying to be balls. Well, it's true. That was a true story. I was watching Steve Wilkos. And it's on all the time, that commercial that says, "Did your vaginal mesh fail?" And I don't even know what that means. I don't want to talk about that.
Happens enough that they run national commercials.
They have a national ad campaign.
The guy in the safari hat comes on. Call my law firm.
They found enough people to say, this is bigger than just a couple local spots. We got to go national on Wilkos' show. And we assume these ladies have nowhere to be at 1 in the afternoon. They're not walking around with that thing. It's not what happens. No one, see, but that's the thing, lady. No one wants to talk it.
The truth is that a lot of ladies after childbirth...
Whoa. I've been told my whole life that after childbirth, it springs right back into action. That's been the rumor. Yeah. But now all of a sudden, it can
you're debunking that?
Come tumbling out like the stone and chased Indiana Jones around? I don't want to hear it.
Imagine that starting off. Trouble with the wizard sleeve?
Yeah. I'm going to blow up this balloon. And I'm going to hold it here. Is this you?
No, more or less.
Smaller? Less. Do you have a blowfish growing out of what used to be your honey hole? That lady that's mad was mad because I made fun of vaginal mesh tumblers. Well, again, I go back to it. It's a great analogy. The second time the engine completely falls out of your car is now a trade-in. Or it's junk.
Yeah.
I've had 2, and sometimes the vaginal mesh doesn't hold.
What are you doing? You know how delicate I'd be? That's like gluing an egg back together. You don't just go piling back onto the BBC.
All right, it's fixed. Get back in there. Do it with reckless abandon.
No, you got to. It's a broken vase.
Pardon me.
Excuse me, ma'am. I understand your vaginal mesh surgery was a success. I'd like to try to pull that out.
Watch this.
All right, here we go.
Don't be easy on it.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to beat this thing like a baby. This is going to be amazing.
Oh, it pulled out again. Doctor.
Look, you had a broken egg. We glued it back together. Be easy on it. I had shoulder replacement surgery. You think I went out there and just started, getting kicked and punched in the shoulder the next day? No. It'll work all the muscles back in.
I just couldn't wait. Lamont said he had a present for me.
Sorry about that. Looks like your entire on the floor now, and that's my fault. I feel he'll get his $5. That's crazy. So that's why that lady was mad. And frankly, you keep it to yourselves for a reason. You know no one wants to talk to you about that. It's not normal. Yeah, the big block fell out of it. We put it back and it fell out again. We traded it in. We just parted it out. That's what you get. Ladies are just getting parted out. If my urethra tumbled out twice, I'd stop using it. Hey, my wiener just... What happened?
What happened?
The outside's on the inside's on the outside.
But I got a great check. Thanks.
You stuff it back
Attorney?
in there, and then it falls out again. It's a class action suit. Like tons of them. I didn't even know about it. I don't know. Maybe some of us have been with girls who have had that. I don't think so.
No.
Doubt it. Yikes. Sorry, ladies who've had it done, but we don't want to talk about it. Just keep it all bottled up, I say. I'd be putting tape on the outside of that thing every time I leave. Okay. It's all buttoned up. It's like a teddy bear. Sometimes you have to stitch it up, and then you have to be careful about it. You get a nice little sew job there. Patch it up. What's on the big board of musical treats?
All right, Wake Up Song brought to you by our buddies over there at Action Ride Shop. I was in there on Friday, actually, and Josh and the boys are hooking everybody up, getting everybody ready for heading up north with the snowboards
what are you
and the
getting?
boots and everything. Well, I was just dropping in to say hi.
Oh.
I was in the neighborhood.
What a friendly fella.
Yeah. And, again, they were talking about the bikes. They got tons of them. You're looking for anything from Santa Cruz except one model. We had one of our listeners called Josh up, and he's like, dude, I want this model, this color. He goes, that is the one I sold on Black Friday.
No kidding.
Yeah, so everything else Santa Cruz besides that one model, he's got in stock. So hit him up, actionrideshop.com, as well as on Facebook and Instagram. Let's see here. On the list, we got Metallica, Drowning Pool, Eskimo Callboy, Snot, Five Finger, Ghost, Amon Amarth.
Yes.
Mastodon's new one.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Is that good?
Of those on
I heard it this weekend. I kind of liked it.
Let's try Mastodon then.
All right.
Tear Drinker?
Yeah.
Okay. We also have to talk about the fight that happened in the crowd there Friday. I forgot about that.
There was a fight?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
No, I missed it.
You didn't hear it? It
You
was
didn't know
during
about
Alice,
that?
No.
Ali Sadiq's
Ali
set.
Sadiq's thing. Some lady's like, shut the F up.
Oh,
and
I
watch
heard
the
her. I
show."
didn't-
She
and then
they got this going.
I heard it, but I didn't see the...
Our section was almost as entertaining as the show. The lady behind us laughed like she had Down syndrome. The people next to us left after Colin Kane. I think they thought they were no longer welcome. And the lady in front of us got so drunk that she had to be escorted out by Phoenix PD after she interrupted Allie's bit by screaming at the lady in front of her and then taking a swig. Of course, Brady's story about the Mexican buffet and crapping himself was great. I can relate. Of course, Brady did that. Great show. Definitely going to go again, Hayden. Yeah. There was a fight out there. Some lady just in the middle of it just started to say, shut up. Like as
Watch
loud
the show.
and watch the show. You don't tell me. And I'm like, what?
Oh, girl fight,
right
too.
in
Yeah,
the
I wasn't.
middle
And then
of
I
the
remember
show.
hearing it, and I thought she was yelling at Allie.
That's what I thought at first. So
Yeah.
did he, because he stopped.
Yeah.
Like, huh? And they were fighting each other. And then the cops came and scooped that drunk out. And I don't know which one was the bad guy, but that's not how you quiet
Like,
a
were they
crowd by being
swinging and
loud.
everything?
Well, evidently they got into where it was going to get physical.
Oh, man.
And the cops had to show up. It wasn't just like a please leave by an usher. It was the police because they were about to scuffle.
And Brady, you don't have this on video for Bradio videos?
I don't.
Girls punching and
Man.
fighting. Yeah, we need in-house cameras for
Yeah.
this. It's a party. We throw a party. It's, you know what? It's like an old 90s rock show. You never know what's going to happen. The crowd gets loose. Right in the middle of Colin Kane's, or no, it was Ali Sadiq's thing. I'm standing in that tunnel, that stage tunnel, and this dude sitting on the edge there, Holmberg!
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Selfie!
Hey, dude, can I get a selfie with you? I'm like, first off, I'm 2 feet away. If this was just a normal conversation, you're too loud.
Right.
Let alone, like, you're interrupting the show. Turn around, shut up.
And one more thing.
Yeah, my sister used to follow you around in high school. You remember? No, shut up. Shh. Oh, yeah, I'm here for a comedy show. I forgot.
The best the world has to offer in music, drama, and comedy.
KUPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.